I've known for a while I was going to make this video. I'm not really ready to make this video. This kind of snuck up on me. I've known for a while I was going to make it, but I wasn't expecting it to be this morning. So to understand where I'm going with this, let's go back to grade school. You want to go back to grade school? Is that what they call it? I always called it just school. Grade school sounds like what? Let's go back to school. I seriously didn't hit record on that. Now I gotta go and run again. Oh. Come on, Pop. Do you remember back in school getting your first, whoa, dogs? Goodness, they almost knocked that camera over. Do you remember the first F you ever got in school? I'll never forget mine. When you're a straight A student like I was a real overachiever. I wanted A+++. And that first F I ever got on a test, it was a math test. Go figure. It pretty much brought me to tears. I was in middle school, so that's a little embarrassing. It felt like I was being branded. You now belong to the failure farm. I did not like getting an F. I did not like failing. And I think public school just made it feel all the more worse because failure felt like such a big deal. You got that F stamped on your test or your report card, and then you had to like bow your head in shame as the other kids around you were like, ooh, A+, B-, that's totally acceptable in our culture. And then you had to decide like, okay, am I gonna take this paper home and show my parents, or am I gonna like just crumple it up and throw it in the garbage and hope that nobody says anything? It feels like you've become an F. You're just a big failure. Back in the failure farm, that F on a math test in middle school was by far not my last failure. They only multiplied since then. I just want the record to show here. To film a scene where you run up a hill, you have to put the camera up the hill and then go and run the hill. So that means you've done it twice. Then when you drone fly, it's like 4 or 5 trips up and down that hill. If I'm out of breath, it's not because I'm out of shape. Actually, it is. I've had a lot of failures in my life. It started with 3rd grade, you know, I wanted to be an astronaut. Newsflash. Haven't been to the moon yet. Throwing that yet out there though. Elon Musk. Did I mention I went to space camp? I was really into space and being an astronaut. In high school, I wanted to make my own surfboard. I was really into surfing, and so shocker, they didn't want to let me take that as a class, but I was able to convince some of them that yes, craftsmanship is actually a skill that can be learned, and you could thus learn it in public school. And so I started making my own surfboard, but, you know, failed. I only got about halfway done. I've never surfed on that board yet. Just gonna put that out there. I mean, you never know. When me and Kay first were married, our plan was not anything what you see here. We were going to move to a foreign country and live in a foreign country, learn a new language. Definitely have not lived in a foreign country yet. I'm still young. Don't let them grays deceive you. I got a lot of life to live still. When we started farming, I made a ton of mistakes and failures. I lost animals because of dumb things we did. I sold products and lost my shirt on them. I mean, the failure farm is a real place, and it is anyone who starts a new farm, it's their farm. Welcome to the failure farm. The most recent failure of mine you have watched me do. 246 days ago. Let me check that. Yes, 246 days ago, I started a series here on Homesteady. I'm going full-time with Homesteady. That means a full-time content creator. For the next 100 days, I'm going to be documenting it in this series, Do Something Scary. Gotcha. Emergency. Somebody's checked podcast. I talk about quitting today's video. And I realized that today is day 51. Day 51 out of 100 videos. Oh. That was weird. January, we had no plans of ever leaving our farm here.
But now, we're moving!
Got our first offer. I don't think we're gonna accept it because, you know, you gotta play ball. But like, we're gonna counter. I don't know. We gotta talk about it.
We have no idea what
we have no idea what we're gonna do. Wow! I called it Do Something Scary. And the whole point of that series, we were doing a daily video to try to give a little kickstart to our channel. To turn it from a hobby business to my full-time job. And I spent 100 days, I made 100 videos, and at the end of that series, I told you that was awesome. 100 days, it's all done. So did I do it? Well, the answer is oh, like almost. I didn't quite do it, but I did not do it, and I was gonna keep trying. And 146 days ago, I said, over the next 100 days, let's keep doing something scary. July 5th, that is 100 days from now. What would you like to see different in your life on July 5th? What I'm gonna change, I'm gonna keep growing Homesteady. By July 5th, we're gonna be past 50,000 subscribers. Mark my words, we're doing it. Well, July 5th came and July 5th went, and I did not make a video saying, hey everybody, 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, I failed. Let's walk through the mental path of failure, at least what I always experience. First, there's unrealistic hopefulness as you approach your deadline where you're like, no, I can totally still do this. I'm definitely gonna still make it. And there's denial, day before when you are definitely not gonna do it, where you're like, no, I'm still gonna do this. I'm not failing. I'm not a failure. I left the failure farm a long time ago. Still got the brand though. Ooh. Then there's acceptance. The day comes and you're like, failed. Such a failure. I'm just gonna pick my hat back up because the puppy will chew it. No, that's my hat. Wait for my hat. I find for me the worst period of time in the failure journey, right after I get into a bit of a dip where I'm like, oh, I can't do this. There's no way this is gonna work. I'm a big failure and that's all I'm ever gonna be. I failed one time in a math test in middle school. Never finished that surfboard. I'm never gonna go to the moon or Mars. I should probably just go apply for a job down at Walmart. Beep, beep, beep. No offense if you work at Walmart. Everybody gotta start somewhere. I'm just gonna amount to a big nothing. Does it sound familiar? Some of you are like, wow, this guy is unstable. Not unstable, just a little dramatic. I specifically did not make this video during that period of time. You'll notice some time has elapsed since my failure. I didn't make like a, hey, I failed video right afterward, because then I would sound like that. Like, oh! And Lord knows, you YouTube viewers, you guys don't want to hear whining. Don't you worry, this video's not about whining, because guess what? Yeah, 50,000 subscribers, baby! We'll get to that in a second, hold on. The final part of the journey After the soul stomping, when you finally are like, okay, the world isn't ended, I can do this, I just got to keep pushing forward. That is like in the video game world, that's like leveling up. You're Mario, you just pop one of them mushrooms. Forget the mushroom, you popped one of them flower plants. I don't know what Mario was thinking, putting a flower plant in his mouth. Maybe he checked with a foraging guide of the Mushroom Kingdom first to make sure that it was not poisonous. Anyways, now you can like shoot fireballs on command. That's the final stage of failure. And that's what you don't learn in public school. In public school, it ends with that branding. Permanent record. You're a loser, you're gonna amount to nothing. In real life, failure is not so bad most of the time. I mean, once in a while failure is like, you know, awful. In real life, most of the time when you fail, it's not that big a deal. You wind up getting to the same place you were going, maybe just late. Or, you know, you don't wind up at the moon, but hey, you got to go to space camp. Or you have a half-made surfboard. Oh no! Or you get 50,000 subscribers a month and a half late. No big deal. In the reality, in the real world, failure is usually not that bad. And so we made it to 50,000 subscribers. Woo! We made it. It was a month and a half late. If this were public school, that would have been a big F because it would have been way too late for any teacher to grade, and she would have said, nope, sorry. But this isn't public school. I've been out of public school a long time, and in my book, when you make it to 50,000 subscribers, even if you failed to meet your goal, that's still awesome. So we did it. High five. Now let's talk real quick about the status of the YouTube channel. And to do that, we'll kind of walk and talk because I'm tired of standing with the same background behind me. I'm getting bored. You getting bored? It took us 146 days to get to 50,000 subscribers. And to be honest, I went through that whole journey of failure in my mind. We have to keep growing, we have to keep pushing. So this is a celebration, but we're not done. And that's where I have to just say thank you to all you who've been here and watching all these videos. Thank you to all you who share these videos. If you can help spread the Homesteady word, if you like us and you want to share us with your friends, today is a day to celebrate a failure. To celebrate the idea that we still were able to make it to this goal, even if a little late. On the other side of that failure, you're gonna level up. You're gonna get that fire plant and start shooting fireballs out of your hands. If you don't let failure stop you, if you keep pushing, you're only gonna get better. And that's what makes someone in this world successful. Shocker, I haven't actually had my coffee yet this morning. This is all just, once in a while I get all motivational, you know? I get all Matt Foley on the channel. You're gonna enjoy living in a van down by the river when you're living in a van down by the river. Hey Bob, hey Bob. I want to do something special next week. I want to have like Homesteady week, you know, Homesteady subscriber week, because we're only at 50,000 subs because you guys watch, because you watch our videos and you share them and you comment and you support the channel in whatever ways you do. We could not do this without you, and I want to say thank you. So give me some ideas in the comments below and we'll develop that idea for next week. And the other thing I want to do happened last week. I want to celebrate this monumentous failure slash awesome success with a mashup t-shirt of one of my favorite fictional failures, Jurassic Park. In a video last week, we talked about how cool it would be to do a Jurassic Park Homesteady mashup. Longtime fans of the show know, like, it's all about Jurassic Park. That's about it. I mean, there needs to be a Homesteady logo t-shirt mashup. That would be incredible. Any of you out there watching are artists, make a Homesteady Jurassic Park mashup and we will make that t-shirt. And somebody did. Jack, and he's got 4 versions. So I'm gonna put those up on the screen here. There we go. A, B, C, and D. Comments below, tell me which one's your favorite. You could also mention any ideas you might have to make it a little bit better, and we will pick the winner. And then another Homesteady viewer contacted me and said, hey, we make t-shirts. I had mentioned previously that our original t-shirt producer, the quality had dropped, and I was unhappy with the new shirt quality, and I was gonna switch people, and you reached out and said, hey, Parsons Designs, we do t-shirts, we'd love to help. And this is where, like, this whole YouTube content creation, podcasting, all that business is the coolest. We have formed this community of people that every day interact in the comments, talk about homesteading topics. You give us advice, tips, ideas of how we can improve things here, and then we do them and things get improved here. We show stuff to you that we've learned over the last 7 years that some of you say helps you out and inspires you. Others just get a kick out of watching us fail from time to time, which is totally cool. That's part of the YouTube thing. I talk a lot about how homesteaders back in the original homesteader times, 1800s, where the Homestead Act came, where people were moving out west to be self-sufficient, to get a piece of land. A lot of times people forget that they didn't do it alone. They traveled by themselves. Actually, they didn't even travel alone. They usually traveled in groups, wagon trains. They'd go out west, they'd find an area, and sure, they would get their 60 or 100 acres or whatever it was. I forget off the top of my head, 180 acres, I don't know, whatever it was. They'd get their acreage, but they were near other homesteaders, and they would help each other out. If you ever read Little House on the Prairie, their neighbors literally saved their life. They had fever and ague, and like the neighbors showed up and took care of them because the whole family was flat out would have probably died. Imagine if Laura Ingalls had died and we never had Little House on the Prairie. If you haven't read Little House on the Prairie and you're watching this channel, stop what you're doing. I don't care how old you are, I don't care if you're a dude, go read Little House on the Prairie, it's awesome. The community element is so important to homesteading, and that's why 50,000 subscribers is such a victory. It's not a number to show like, oh, our channel's so much bigger than the other channels, because honestly there's much bigger channels out there. It's not a number that's like, hey, I have this many subscribers so now I can make a living from this. It's a number that shows how many people have stopped in, watched some Homesteady videos and said, you know what, I identify with this, subscribed. And it just shows there's a community out there of people that are like us 5,000 daily viewers and me and Kay, who care about this stuff, want to, you know, make our little piece of earth a little bit better and help those around us in our community, including our internet community of Homesteady viewers. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you for helping me to reach this personal goal of 50,000 awesome community members and our internet homesteading movement out west. And let's make it to 100,000 now. Give me some ideas for Homesteady Subscriber Week and tell me what shirt you like the best. We will see you in tomorrow's video, and we have some really exciting videos this week, so don't go anywhere. This is the end of the part. This is the end of the video where I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I'm just feeling so happy this morning. I'm gonna go have coffee, even though I don't really need it. Leveled up! Fireballs! Pew, pew, pew. I am glad I have a giant field where no other people can see the things I do.